Hey everybody out there in the VC and YouTube land, it's Matt and I'm here to do a contest entry today. So, I was just watching some videos, just watched a video by a guy named Tommy who has a channel called Tommy's Musical Adventure. And Tommy was doing a response for a contest by a guy named Sam St. John, who's relatively new to the VC, and he's trying to do a contest. He's got around 285 subs. He's trying to get that up to 300 or more. So pretty straightforward and simple contest. Sam, I went over there and I subscribed to his channel, watched his contest entry, which you have to be a subscriber, you have to make a video, and you have to post in his video there to let him know that you made a video so that he'll know that you did that. The prize is a $25 gift card, I believe, for Amazon, or a $25 gift card. So, simple contest. He just asked for the last 5 records, CDs, or whatever that you played, and or the last 5 artists that you listened to, in case you went on a Beatles jag and a Rolling Stones jag. So I'm going to do, by and large, the last 5 records that I played. I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to do 6 instead of 5. The reason I'm doing that is that some of these I played on CD, some of these I played on vinyl. I haven't been playing, haven't been listening to records all that much lately, just, or I have been listening to records, but only a couple of late here in the house. But I've got a long drive to work. It's an hour to an hour and a half each way, depending on traffic. So I listen to a lot of CDs and sort of mix that up with XM radio. But so all those CDs are out in the car. It's Saturday. I'm being lazy, too lazy to get off my fat ass and walk out there and get them out of the car and bring them in. But I have all of those CDs on vinyl as well, with one exception. And like I said, too lazy to go out in the car and get that CD. So I'm going to do the last 6, and I'll just tell you the one, if that all made sense. Anyway, I've been of late on a Who trip, listening to a lot of Who. Not sure why, but that's been going on for the last 2 or 3 weeks or so. So one of them listening to a lot, and I've got this on CD in the car. I was mainly listening to this in the car, kind of over and over. Who by Numbers from 1975. I've always liked this album. This has been one of their kind of forgotten or overlooked albums. The hit from this, of course, was Squeeze Box, which is musically I like it. Someday I'll do a review of this album. I think it's kind of a silly song, I always did, but I guess it's okay. But it's got Slip Kid, which is probably my favorite Who song of the 70s. That and The Seeker would be like 1 and 2, I think. And the rest of this album's really solid and really good. I really love They Are All in Love and Blue, Red, and Gray, and several of the other, pretty much everything on this album. This is one that gets kind of forgotten in the shuffle of Who's Next and Quadrophenia and Who Are You seems to be. But really great, solid album. One of these days I'll do a review of that. The other one I've been playing a lot, and this all counts as one entry for the Who because I've been playing 3 Who albums just a whole lot recently. Odds and Sods, which I used to have this, the original release back in the 70s, and sold it or lost it or something somewhere along the years. But this came out on Record Store Day a few years back as a double album. It was a single album originally, with the original album and then a second album of, well, more stuff, just more Who things that were not on regular albums, so 45s and B-sides and other things like that. So really love this album. I love the original album. I love the bonus album on here. There's The Seeker, of course. There's Dogs Part 2, which I just adore. Heaven and Hell. Wasp Man, which is fun. Water, a great song. The original album has Postcard, Now I'm a Farmer, and Little Billy. Those are some of my favorite Who songs. And Long Live Rock is on there, and really just not a bad song on this album, the original or the expanded. So I like this so much, I had been playing this in here in the house, decided to ordered the CD off of eBay, and the CD is the expanded version also. But it's funny because when the CD came, the track listing is not the same as on the expanded album. They've got some different songs that are on here aren't on the CD, and vice versa. But anyway, Odds and Sods, one of my favorite Who albums. This came out, I want to say 74 or something. I think it came out after Quadrophenia. The third Who album that I've been playing a lot is Quick One, which oddly enough I don't have that on vinyl. I used to. I only have it on CD, and that's in the car. So like I said, I'm being lazy. Don't want to go out and get that right now. I'll get the other CD. Week or so ago I looked over and there was Some Girls by the Rolling Stones sitting there on the seat, and I realized I hadn't played that. It had been a good long while, so I put that in and listened to Some Girls I don't know, several days ago. And oddly enough, I've got most of the Rolling Stones albums on vinyl, but I don't have Some Girls, so that's the CD. So we're up to 2 now, or 4 I guess, but really 2. So what else have I been playing? The other day also, it had been a while since I heard this. This is my 3rd favorite album of all time, The Jam Sound Effects, and I was actually playing the CD in the car, not the album, but I've pulled out the album here, and hey, what about that? Check that out. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that cool? But anyway, Sound Effects, great album from The Jam from 1980, and just love this album, and it's been one of my favorite albums ever since I first bought it back, which was actually in like 1982 or so, but it's one that I play on a regular basis and always have. So we're up to 3 with The Jam, The Who, and the Rolling Stones. The other thing, I was listening to a video or watching a video by, I can't remember the guy's name, but the channel is Sea of Tranquility, and I can't for the life of me think of the guy's name, but he does videos, always has guests on there where they talk about a lot of stuff, but they do a lot of videos of ranking an artist's catalog from worst to best. And they put up a video the other day, him and another guy ranking the Prince albums, and it was listening to that and enjoying it. Good video, worth going over there to check out if you Sea of Tranquility. But just kind of reminded me that I had not listened to Sign of the Times in quite a while. So the other day in the car, I was listening to Sign of the Times, and this is my deluxe, super deluxe box set of I don't know how many. There's like 8 or 9 CDs, a couple of DVDs, and however many CDs in here with the regular album, and then a whole lot of extra stuff. So I was just listening to the regular album though, but Sign of the Times, one of Prince's greatest albums and one of the greatest albums of the 80s. So on vinyl, I have been listening to, of late, this, and was listening to the Beach Boys first. This is the Beach Boys' second album. I was also listening to the Beach Boys' first album, but I've been playing this quite a few spins over the last few days. And with the Beach Boys, you know, the focus is always on Pet Sounds, and or their sort of run from Pet Sounds up through the 1974 or so, or 1978's Love You maybe. The later albums, in other words, the early albums are sort of thought of as just, you know, the hit singles and a lot of filler and some silly business, which is, you know, true to a point. But I really love these early albums of theirs. There's quite a few good songs that weren't hit singles on here, and there's some filler, and there's some covers, and there's some sort of corniness, I guess. But that's fun for nostalgia's sake, and just it's a fun album. I really like this. I really like their first album. So this is the Analog Productions mono release from 5 or 6 years ago. These sound incredible. Just heavyweight 180 gram vinyl. The sleeves are great. The vinyl's great. The sound is great. But been enjoying the Beach Boys of late. And so the last one I'm going to sub for the Rolling Stones Some Girls CD, because don't feel like going out and getting it. I've been playing this in here in the house on vinyl, of course. Wes Montgomery, which is a really good record. It's Jazz wise, I've got, I don't know, probably 20 something jazz albums. I know just enough about jazz to be maybe a little dangerous. I've got some Miles Davis. Oddly enough, I don't have Kinda Blue, but I've got several of his albums. I've got Sweet Honeybee by Duke Pearson, and several others, Out to Lunch and so forth. Wes Montgomery was someone that I'd always heard of, but never really heard, and for some reason I saw this album listed on an out playing thing on a music message board a month or so ago, and just on a whim went over to YouTube, brought up the album and listened to it, and thought, man, this is really good. This guy's a hell of a guitarist. So I went on not eBay, I went on Amazon and bought the record, and hell of a record. Good live performance, and Wes is quite the guitarist. It's on yellow vinyl there. So Wes Montgomery would be the 6th album, just because I can't be bothered to walk 100 feet to get a Rolling Stone CD out of my car. Anyway, Sam St. John, good luck on your contest. Everybody watching this, all 3 or 4 people, go over there and check out his channel. Watch a couple of his videos. If you like what you see, subscribe, enter his contest, and that's that. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and this was a fun contest. We'll talk to you soon.